Hi, my name is Olayemi Henry again. Okay, so I want you to retouch this image with me. It's a beautiful friend of mine, Mary, and I want you to follow along as I retouch the image from the Capture One to Photoshop. So usually I like to crop my image to a perfect size. Like I said, also to work on my white balance, trying to get natural tone so that we don't have overcasts. Now this is something that most people actually don't talk about, and that is base characteristics in Capture One. I don't know, maybe there are some persons have talked about it, but you can actually choose a different brand color profile for your image. It really depends on which one works nice for you. And a lot of the times I like to change mine and just to see how much of the mood it changes. Like this one, as you can see, the image is already looking quite color graded just by changing the tone and the base characteristics. Okay, so if you want to know more about base characteristics and how to use it based on your camera brand, please leave a comment in the description and I will sure make a video about it. Okay, it's something I've been experimenting for a while, and yes. So if you don't mind, I can make a couple of videos about it, and that will be fixed. So like for this image, I think this pro standard works fine. The image is already looking graded and very crisp. I'm already loving the look of the whole image entirely. So I will just correct a couple of things from my high dynamic range, increase, add small brightness, and then the highlights and shadows just to give it that glow, the highlight and white just to give it that glow and that shining. And after that, I'll head, of course, straight to Photoshop. Normally, I do most of my grading in Photoshop sincerely, but for this image, it's already looking quite graded and the color seems quite nice and appealing to me, so I don't mind. Now, as a culture, of course, I use my Retouch for Me Heal tool to remove the um, blemishes, the pimples, the acne, whatever she might have on her face, and that works fine for me. And if there is anything that the what's it called is not able to fix, the Retouch for Me Heal is not able to fix, of course, as you can see, I would do it myself. Yes. And after that, there is no time to waste. I head straight to what's it called? Frequency separation. On my system, I already have it saved as an action. So by pressing F2, I don't use Retouch Academy. If you use Retouch Academy as an action for frequency separation, it's still the same thing, but I really prefer to do mine because it's more customizable to the way I like it, and a couple of settings here and there. If you want me to do a video on frequency separation as well, please let me know. Although I feel there are a lot of videos out there already, and okay, so I'm going to fast forward this brush part. Of course, I don't want to waste our time. Okay, while this is going, the next step is very important, and I believe it's not just for black skin, but for every skin where you have, some part of the image not looking like the other. It doesn't have to be makeup because I know a lot of photographers like to blame makeup artists. It doesn't have to be a problem from the makeup artist. It could just be from the skin or even from the light fall off, and that happens a lot of the times. Like maybe if you don't have the luxury of using the reflector to fill back some of the lights that could not meet or that could not go evenly on the skin. So like you've seen in this image, I usually just select a part of the place and then you know um use selective color. I actually use anyone that works for me, but for this particular image I'm using selective color to try to match the hand to the face, or sometimes the face to the hand. It really just depends on which one you know will be much more comfortable for you to use. But for this one, as you can see, I use selective color to try to match the color just by tweaking and twisting. If you want me to do a video about matching skin, whether it is the face to the body or it is the body to the face or just any part of the image matching the color, please let me know in the comments. Okay, and as you can see, I'm done brushing the image and I've also been able to merge the color. So I'll try to use my lookup table again. I have one that I think will work very fine for this particular image, and let's just see if I'm right. So of course it's blacks, and oh my god, that looks quite disastrous, exact opposite of what I expected. Maybe let's see if I can try something else. Okay, no, I don't want it to look so bright, so that's definitely a no, and not that one either. Let's see which one is really going to work for me. God, I'm not saying anyone. Okay, so for all this plugin, I can actually send some of them to you. Okay, I think I like this one. There is also a way to flawlessly blend your LUTs. Okay, I use this apply image format. Okay, it helps limit the effect on some parts and reduces the effect on some parts, and it works really well for me. Like you can see in this image, it doesn't really affect the highlight much, but does a drastic change to the shadows, and that works fine for me. If it's too much, you can turn it down a bit, and then I use you know the selective color again. I use selective color a lot, just in case you're wondering. Yes, I use selective color a lot, and yes, of course, using the blacks. I don't know if this is something I use. Okay, so I boost the white just to add that shine and that glow to the image entirely. Then of course use my curves to brighten the entire image all together, and from start to finish, as you can see, this is what, if you can remember what it looks like before, but this is what it is now, and I already love the look and the whole thing.